Good morning. We continue our coverage of shocking news out of Nampa this morning. As we mentioned last half hour, Nampa Mayor Rick Hogaboam died suddenly last night after suffering a medical emergency. The city posted this to their Facebook page last night. It is with the deepest sadness we must report Mayor Rick Hogaboam experienced a medical emergency tonight and has passed away. We ask the community to please keep his family and loved ones in your prayers during this incredibly difficult time. As we begin to mourn this unbelievable loss, please provide grace while we navigate the loss of not only our mayor, but also our friend. And Tyson White is outside City Hall in Nampa. So Tyson, I guess the question is, what do we know what happened last night?
Well, Brian, details are still limited as far as what we know happened last night. But what we do know is this was at Eagle City Hall there in Eagle last night during the Treasure Valley Partnership Coalition of Mayors meeting, where several mayors from around the Treasure Valley, as well as members of the community, were in attendance at this meeting. And Eagle Mayor Brad Pike was in attendance at that meeting. He was also sitting next to Mayor Hogaboam when things started to he said, looked a little off to him. And he noticed that something was wrong with Mayor Hogaboam while he was speaking. Brad Pike came to his aid and said that he started performing CPR, and he said he was almost on autopilot.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry to say that's a natural instinct when you go into professional mode. I'm a retired fire captain, and that is just something that I think anybody would do in our profession. But yeah, it was just autopilot, I guess, is what you could say with that. But it's just such a loss. But you have to focus on what the need is at the moment, and the need was to take care of Rick the best we could. But
The community are still coming to terms with this morning. But what happens next for the city of Nampa?
Well, Brian, we spoke to and heard from the city spokeswoman this morning. A little while ago, she was checking in on things out here, but she told us that staff here at City Hall are getting ready to meet this morning and kind of go over what that next plan is. But Nampa does have an ordinance when it comes to the death or resignation of a mayor, which says the council president will not automatically take over as the office of the mayor. But a mayor shall be elected by the council as laid out in Idaho code. Now, she did mention, the spokeswoman we talked to said that the council president will be the acting mayor until such time that they can get that squared away. And again, they're working on that this morning as things go on. But that state code does mention that when a mayor passes away, resigns, or has a permanent disability, the city council will, quote, fill that vacancy from within or without the council as may be deemed in the best interest of the city. Now, which that appointee shall serve in the next general election, shall serve, that is, until the next general election, in which a mayor shall be elected for the full 4-year term of that. So that's kind of where they're at in this process, kind of figuring out how to go about that here at Nampa City Hall this morning, Brian.
As you mentioned, there were a lot of people at this meeting last night, and the shock of it kind of caused others to need the help of medical attention?
That's right. Caldwell Mayor Eric Phillips suffered kind of some possibly anxiety attack, is what he was telling our reporters last night. He did receive medical attention by paramedics there at Eagle City Hall outside. He was taken to the hospital but was released a little bit later on yesterday evening. He did give us a statement, though, last night saying, in quote, "I'm heartbroken and devastated. From him going to answering a question to gone, I just started getting a chest pain, got dizzy, laid down. Next thing, the medics were checking on me and taking vitals," he said. "I'm very heavy-hearted tonight, Brian." So just a really heartbreaking loss here for the city of Nampa, as well as our entire Treasure Valley community.
Yeah, a lot of people heavy-hearted today hearing this news. Thank you very much, Tyson.